This is Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was arguably the greatest college quarterback prospect of all time. He was absolutely electric at Stanford and ended up going to the Colts with the number 1 overall pick. As many of you already know, at the age of 29, Andrew Luck shocked the world and retired from football, citing a lot of injuries throughout his entire career. From this point on, it left the Colts in shambles. They haven't really been able to bounce back since. What if Andrew Luck didn't retire? What if Andrew Luck continued playing football? How good would he be? How good would the Colts be? Let's find out. So far, here we have Andrew Luck. I have all of his attributes correct. This is what he looks like. I feel like I did a pretty good job of recreating him. From what I can find, he was a 92 overall in Madden 20. I can't get the rosters for some reason on there because he's not there. He retired before the season, so I think they just took him out. But what I can see from this article, he's a 92 overall, 96 awareness, 83 speed, and 86 accuracy, 84 agility, and 74 strength. So that doesn't give me all of them. I'm going to try to make it as close to I can, but give him a 92 overall. Here we go. I have him at a 92 overall. Stats looked pretty juiced, so I'm worried it's gonna get higher there. But that's what he's at right now. Once he's in the game, I'm gonna mess with abilities, give him max factors, because that's what he would be at in Madden. So we're gonna hop into the franchise now. I'm really curious to see how this is gonna go. I think it's one of the biggest what ifs in NFL history. He's really left the Colts in a bad situation since he retired. They really haven't been able to find that QB1. So here we go. We have him in the game. I had to go be the coach to give him an X factor. So we've got Andrew Luck right here, 29 years old when he actually retired. I'm going to give Andrew Luck a run and gun. I feel like that was him. I remember that throw he made against the Bengals where he's getting tackled, chucks like all the way down the field. I'm going to give him sideline deadeye, dashing deadeye, inside deadeye. I don't know if this is rude, but I'm not going to give him threat detector. He did like to take hits. I'm going to give him fearless because that is really how he played the game, and I'm going to give him gunslinger. But this is going to be Andrew Luck. We're going to sim his career, see what happens to him, see where he goes, and how the Colts do with him now at quarterback. And we're looking at it right here. We went 10-7, so that's off to a really good start. Andrew Luck threw for 3,893 yards, 29 touchdowns, 10 interceptions is not bad. Having Jonathan Taylor, I think, is really going to help his career. 19 touchdowns from our guy, 1,500 yards. That's crazy. I feel like this is always the big issue with the Colts in these sims. Receiving threats just aren't great. Hopefully we can get somebody else in this sim that'll help him out a little bit more, but let's sim the playoff game. Facing off against my Cincinnati Bengals, and last time they played in the playoffs did not go well for the Bengals. And again, it does not go well for the Bengals. 24-14, the Colts win. Andrew Luck had a bad game though. 2 interceptions, only 1 touchdown. Defense must have carried him there. But now we face off against Patrick Mahomes, which probably would have been the 2 best quarterbacks in the league had he not retired. I know I'm projecting a little bit, but Andrew Luck was just that guy. So let's see who comes out on top on this one. And we lose that game to the Kansas City Chiefs. Andrew Luck has a better game, but not that great if we're being honest. 196, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception is nothing great, really. So a little disappointed right there. And no awards for us. And Patrick Mahomes actually goes on to win the Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP, but we are hopping into the next year of Andrew Luck's career. Looking at our roster, we have Andrew Luck at a 94 overall now. He is 30, so I do think he starts to decrease after this. Hopefully not, since he's Andrew Luck and he's an X factor, so this will be interesting. But on to the playoffs. And we went 9-8, which is a little surprising to me, I think. Andrew Luck threw for 4,127 yards, 37 tugs, and 14 interceptions, which is better than last year. Jonathan Taylor again with a monster year. This year, Brian Edwards was our best receiver. Austin Hooper came to the team, had 12 touchdowns. But a little surprising to me though, we weren't better than that. We did still make the playoffs. We're playing against the Baltimore Ravens. Let's see if we can contain maybe Lamar. I think he's still on their team if they're in the playoffs. And we win in a shootout. We were the 7th seed and we beat the number 2 seeded Ravens. Andrew Luck absolutely balled out. Perfect passer rating, 305 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, an incredible game from him. Jonathan Taylor helped out too. I mean, wow, that's a huge win. All right, facing off against the number 1 seed Buffalo Bills. Let's see if Josh Allen can give Andrew Luck a run for his money. And he does. Josh Allen beats the Colts 31-21. Had a bad, I don't know if he had a good game or a bad game. Let me know what you guys think. Is 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions a bad game? I don't know. I guess it depends on the context of the interceptions, but we did lose. Josh Allen probably played a little worse, if we're being honest. 100 more yards though, so not a great way to end our season there. And at the end of the year, Josh Allen won the MVP and he won Super Bowl MVP, so hell of a year from Josh Allen. Hopefully we can repeat that with Andrew Luck next year. Hopping into 2024, let's see what Andrew Luck's overall is at. He's still going up. He's a 95 at 31, which is pretty on par for what I would have expected his career to end up like. So far, so good. Let's get to the playoffs because that's what we all care about. And we had an even better year. We went 11-6, 4,230 yards, 39 touchdowns. touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That's a really good season. Probably not MVP level. We probably need more passing yards. I'm a little surprised he hasn't thrown the ball a little bit more. Jonathan Taylor, again, a crazy season. But again, all that matters, I want to win Super Bowl. So right now we're facing the Las Vegas Raiders. Got to get the dub here. And we do like we have been this whole time. We win 24-21. Andrew Luck, horrible game. 1 interception, no touchdowns, 150 yards. That is not good. Facing off against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs after he had a crazy year, 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He's gonna win MVP, but he's not gonna make it to the Super Bowl because we beat them 37-21. And Andrew Luck had a bounce back week, 341 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That is a great game. Jonathan Taylor added 2 touchdowns for us. You love to see it. I face off against the Jacksonville Jaguars in the AFC Championship, an AFC South matchup. Let's beat some ass. And we absolutely poop on the Jags 56-21. I mean, good God, Andrew. 247 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And he had 2 rushing touchdowns, 7 yards though, but what a game. Now we are in the Super Bowl against the Minnesota Vikings, and you know we're gonna watch a little bit of it. Something I know that every Colts fan wanted to see was Andrew Luck playing in a Super Bowl, so this is for you guys. I do want to watch the Colts' first drive just to see how Andrew Luck does, and we'll kind of sim through and pick our points where we want to watch. Andrew Luck in a Super Bowl, I think a lot of people thought we were going to see it, but since he retired early, we didn't get to. A huge screen play right there to Jonathan Taylor, almost picking up the first. And Jonathan Taylor burst one out there. Is that a holding call? Ooh, that really sucks. Andrew Luck says, don't worry, I got you guys. Oh, a nice counter right here, and Jonathan Taylor's gonna get those yards back. Really slow offense. I mean, I kind of expected it. They're gonna have a nice ground and pound that they can do while also throwing the ball. So big 3rd and 3 right here. They could kick a field goal, so they're probably not gonna force it too much. I expect a run play, honestly, and they're gonna pass it. Easy one right there. I think it's Alec Pierce going 5 wide right here. Let's see what Andrew Luck can do. What's he cooking up back there? He's cooking up a great pass to Michael Pittman Jr. all the way to the 1. And his X factor is activated, ladies and gentlemen. I think they're going to run the ball right here. I don't think they're really going to pass it. So, oh, I should just shut up and stop talking. That's a touchdown for Andrew Luck. He made that thing look easy. It was a slow drive, but marched down the field and scored an easy 6. Now we're just going to kind of speed through the game, and it looks like it's really back and forth. A nice defensive battle, but the Colts score before the half. And it looks like the Colts might be in full control, and they score another touchdown. Oh, and they get the ball. They were sacked. I'm just going to go to the end of the quarter, which will be the end of the game. And the Colts are going to win a Super Bowl with Andrew Luck 21-3 against the Minnesota Vikings. And Andrew Luck right there embraces whoever the Vikings quarterback is. I have no idea who that is, but wins his first Super Bowl. And it looks like he's going to win Super Bowl MVP as well. So that's pretty cool. And there he is holding the Lombardi. That's pretty sick. Let's see, make sure that he won Super Bowl MVP. And he did. Andrew Luck wins Super Bowl MVP, but Jalen Hurts wins the MVP with the Panthers. But we won the Super Bowl. That's all that matters. Going into the 2025 season, we've got Andrew Luck at a 93 overall. So he has regressed. He is 32 at this point. It's been 10 years in the league, so he's going to start going downhill. But I mean, a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP is pretty damn good. Let's get to the playoffs, see how good 2025 is to Andrew Luck. 10-7 again. I mean, the Colts are just making the playoffs nonstop with Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck with 4,086 yards, 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. And again, Jonathan Taylor's being absolute freaking nature, 2,000 yards almost and 18 touchdowns. That's crazy. Facing off against the Buffalo Bills week 1. I'm assuming we're the 7 seed in week 1. It's in the wild card. We were the 6 seed, they were the 3 seed. We lose 24-7. Andrew Luck, neither quarterback played really well, but Andrew Luck, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. That will not get it done. And Jonathan Taylor wins Offensive Player of the Year, so good for him. MVP goes to Jalen Hurts, and the Giants win the Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson at the quarterback position, so that's pretty interesting. Let's see if in 2026 Andrew Luck can win another Super Bowl. And at the start of 2026, let's check out Andrew Luck's stats. Andrew Luck is a 92 overall, so slowly climbing down there. And he is 33 years old. I still think he's got a Super Bowl run left in him. 9-8 after this season, so we are slowly climbing down that ladder. And we're starting to teeter off. We're at 3,900 yards, 36 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor's still a freak of, that's insane. He's just been a workhorse this whole time. Trayvon Sears is our new wide receiver 1, it looks like. Looks like we got a bunch of rookies. Michael Pittman's still hanging around. And right now we face off against Kansas City Chiefs. They are 12-5. We are 9-8. Is the 2 versus 7. Last time we were here, we pulled an upset, so let's see. And of course they do it. They pull off the upset. 39-28, and we have like an identical stat line, Patrick Mahomes. Throw for 40 more yards, but that's a W. We are facing off against the number 1 seed, Jacksonville Jaguars. Last time we played them in the playoffs, we won 2, so I don't think we're gonna win, but we could. And we have the Jacksonville Jaguars number. We won 28-24. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 436 yards for Andrew Luck. That's kind of crazy. I face off against the Buffalo Bills, who were the 4 seed, so it's just the underdogs pretty much in this one. And we stomp the Buffalo Bills 31-13. 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions for Andrew Luck, 219 yards. Jonathan Taylor carrying the load, 2 touchdowns, 125 yards. That's crazy. You're in the Super Bowl against the Carolina Panthers. We're not gonna watch the whole thing this time, but we're gonna sim through it, see what happens. As the number 7 seed, this would be pretty crazy if we were able to pull off the win here and win another Super Bowl. That'd be crazy for Andrew Luck's career. So let's see. We're just gonna go ahead and sim right to the end of the game just to see. Colts start off early, getting 14. Wow, this is kind of insane. 21-6 so far, 28-6. This is insane. It is 38-20 at the end of the 3rd quarter. But the Panthers do score. It is 38-27. Panthers score here. They're going to put some real pressure on them. Panthers ended up getting a field goal at some point. It is 38-30. Colts really got to put some points on the board. And they run the clock out. They win the Super Bowl 38-30. As the 7 seed from the AFC, they end up winning it. That is insane. Andrew Luck right there, thrilled to win his 2nd Super Bowl. We've got Jalen Hurts on the Panthers. That's kind of crazy. It looks like Jonathan Taylor is going to be our Super Bowl MVP. Andrew Luck hoisting the Lombardi after winning another Super Bowl. What a career for the man. He deserves it. And Andrew Luck had a pretty good game. 309, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's a really good game. But Jonathan Taylor rushed for 215 yards with 3 touchdowns. Yeah, give him the MVP. Jonathan Taylor does win. That's just crazy. Wins Super Bowl MVP, and we win another one. That's great. We're in 2027 at this point, and Andrew Luck is a 90 overall. He's 34 years old. I mean, it makes sense, kind of the slower wind down, especially with quarterbacks in their careers right now. But I am kind of curious to see how long he plays. At the start of 2027, Andrew Luck is a 90 overall with 34, so kind of at the home stretch. I'm really curious to see how long he stays, but let's get to the playoffs. At the end of the season, we're 10-7, which I'm kind of shocked at. Andrew Luck has, I think, the best year of his career right now. 4,628 yards, 37 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. And Jonathan Taylor might have hit his cliff, 13 rushing touchdowns, 1,000 yards, or maybe he got injured, I don't know. But that's a hell of a season from Andrew Luck. See what he can do in the playoffs. Game 1 against Pittsburgh Steelers. And he loses right there, 28-20. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He had a really good game, 152 yards, but looks like the Steelers just outplayed them. And the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, not really that shocking, with Patrick Mahomes winning another Super Bowl MVP. We're at the point where I think we're getting to the end of the career, so I think his best days might not be behind him considering it his best year, but maybe his best chance for another Super Bowl might be behind him. We are in 2028 now, and he's still 90 overall at 35. I'm a little shocked, so let's see how long we can ride this train. We went 9-8. We actually missed the playoffs for the first time in Andrew Luck's sim. Andrew Luck was 36 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, about 4,000 yards. Jonathan Taylor back to his usual self. Yeah, a little surprising from us. And the Chiefs win another Super Bowl in the sim. I think they've won the most out of anybody, but let's get into 2029. Andrew Luck is now an 89 overall, 36 years of age. I just want to check his legacy score because who knows when he's actually going to retire. It's looking, he has 2 Super Bowls, 2 AFC championships, 0 yearly awards, which I'm a little surprised at this point. But in real life, he would have his Rookie of the Year, and he won Comeback Player of the Year, so I'm not sure if that really accounts into this. But let's see how the Colts do. Back into the playoffs at 10-7. Look at us go. Although stats are declining, 28 touchdowns, 11 interception, 3,800 yards. We actually beat the Raiders right there, 35-42 for us. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 352 yards. That's insane. Andrew Luck is playing his balls off in the playoffs. Playing off against the Jaguars, team we've owned in the playoffs, so let's see if he keeps it up. And he does. Andrew Luck wins 41-35. Andrew Luck, 390 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interception, and Trevor Lawrence had a game too. Wow, that's kind of crazy. But I mean, he looks like he owns the Jags in the playoffs. It's 2 seed facing off against the 6. We play the Jets. Let's see if we can beat them. And we lost 31-21. I am kind of expecting this to be his last year. I don't know what they're going to do, but let's just check real quick. I want to look at all of his stats. I wish they had like a cumulative career one because that'd be crazy, but there's pretty much 4,000 yards every year except for a few. Over 30 touchdowns in every single season, and under, I think the most he threw was 14. That's pretty crazy, especially in a lot of these sims. I'll see like 17 and maybe even 20 sometimes. So that is pretty crazy. So this might be the last season. I'm just going to see. And Dak Prescott and the Cowboys win a Super Bowl and he wins an MVP. So let's just sim the next year. I'm going to call it after this year. And I am going to call it right here. I just don't have a lot of time to sim the rest. But Andrew Luck ends his career at an 86 overall at 37, which is impressive in and of itself. He won 2 Super Bowls. That's incredible. Kind of what you're expecting out of a career like him. So hats off to Andrew Luck. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, peace out and stay safe.